Very tough 3-2 defeat. You guys pleased the way you battled back in the ninth inning almost.
Yeah, absolutely. No, we obviously again, offense struggled a little bit, but it was a pitching duel. I mean, their offense struggled a little bit. They struck out a lot. Just one of those games. Yeah, I was very proud of the guys. It was good to see Eibner obviously lead off with a triple, smoke that ball, manufacture, and then we just couldn't get that last little hit.
What happened to your pitching a little bit? You had a little trouble in the early middle goings. You allowed some runs, like you were down 2-0. So what happened there to your pitching? Middle innings there.
The thing with Ventura, he's got obviously a great arm. He just kind of let some pitches get away from him. Quick outs, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, you got an at bat where you're throwing 7-8 pitches. And obviously, that he ends up getting in a little bit of trouble. Then it actually comes in and does great damage control to just give up the 1 run. And so really, I mean, in the grand scheme, typically you should be able to win ball games when you only give up 3 runs. And so I'm very happy with our pitching. I'm very happy with Giordano. I mean, he battled through that inning, not having his good stuff. Dennett came in and did great. Rogers was dominant. So that obviously wasn't a game that was about pitching. Our pitching was outstanding. Our defense was good for the most part. But other than that, it was our offense just couldn't muster anything.
The first inning, you just had the bases loaded and just only get that 1 run. I know it just seemed like did that really put take the plate for you guys a little bit?
It's kind of been our theme here the first 8 games of the season is when we have had the opportunities, instead of really being able to put the other team away early, we haven't been able to do that. Again, sometimes you got to attribute that to a young team, and we are a young team. Not that it's an excuse, but it usually takes the offense a little bit of time to get going. And unfortunately, yeah, we couldn't come up with a big hit. That would have been big to obviously. Instead of scoring 1, it'd been nice to drop a 4 or 5 spot because their pitcher settled in real nice and did a great job.
What happened? You were. What was your impression of Michael Flacco and the batter that had the 2 RBIs? What was your impression on those guys? They just seemed to hit the ball well.
Yeah, Sweeney obviously smoked that ball to center. Eibner had a good beat on it, but backspun it, got it over our head. Then obviously, the other guy getting the RBIs. So those guys are a good team. I mean, you can tell them they're a little older, experienced, and they play like it. Obviously, we were able to get quite a few strikeouts on them tonight, but they got some big bats in that lineup. And so even with what they did, I was very proud of our pitching because that's an offense that can drop a pretty big amount of runs on you.
What'd you see from Wright? It seemed like he settled in after that first inning.
Yeah, he did a great job. He come out that if it was next inning, I think he struck out the side or was at the second. Mm-hmm. And so, you get in that kind of trouble, and then all of a sudden, you have to go back out there relatively quick, and all of a sudden, bam, you strike us out. You could see, he slapped his glove and ran off the field. He obviously took the momentum from us.
Go ahead.
Welty in the 7th, the ground ball that went to Merrifield. Looked like there was a little bit of miscommunication between Witt and Alex McClure. Is that still the learning process? Because even though they were both Blue Rocks last year, when Alex was here, Witt was an outfielder, and when Witt started the years in the outfield.
Again, and I'll talk with Mac about this. I believe in the great shortstops that I ever played with or watched. Their biggest thing is they take control. And what I would like to have seen is Mac yelling ball, ball, ball. So there was no in between. I could tell Mac thought first Witt was just going to take it himself. Witt looked like he was going, and then flipped, and by then, Mac had lost his momentum across the bag, and so, to do that, and that's where great tandems are. It's usually not the tandem both yelling it. One of them is the dominant player, and if you even take back in the day, Omar and Robbie Alomar, I think Omar was the dominant guy in Cleveland, and that's something I'll talk to Mac about. And he's ticked off about it, and I know he wishes he could have it back.
Talk about the good pitching performance by Dennett today in relief.
Dennett's been great. His 2 outings he's had. He's really pitching above this league a little bit, for lack of better words. He's throwing 3 quality pitches and a 4th that's real close to that, and he's mixing it up. He's throwing. Biggest thing for me is able to get a get me over curveball for a strike, and he has a slider to put him away. And so he's been outstanding.
In a way, have you been playing a Double-A team this series because of their age? And Welty was in Double-A all of last year. Baker spent a good portion in Double-A.
No. The biggest thing is they can't. I don't want to take anything away from it. But they can't be that big a Double-A team, or they'd be back there.
Right.
I don't want to say that the Orioles aren't stacked where it pushes back, but obviously they aren't consistent Double-A guys. They are very good players. So no, because the fact of the matter is, 2 games we've held them to 6 runs. So no, I don't think that's the case.